Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 Shadows of Change, where you can see I've poked around the UI a little bit here and have realized that the hexes have on them how you unlock them. So to unlock the Jinxed Land, which allows us to teleport to a magical forest, maybe I'm assuming it's a magical forest you own, but who knows? Maybe not. We only need to consume 9 more spirit essence. We could do that right now. And then for the future ones, another 400 beyond that for the Bewitching Lure that allows us to gain money from a settlement that we don't own, and another 800 beyond that for the Recreant Spirit, an army consisting of things in the woods, incarnate elementals, and elemental bears will be summoned in the target settlement owner's territory every other turn, being perpetually haunted by the dead and the woods and that's very good. That's very rad indeed. So I guess, let's start the episode by pushing it, right? It's a good thing I've been creating hexes all this time. Or incantations, rather. So we're going to do this thing.
Precious, this was lost.
And also this thing. And we could do like a really weak unburdened step, but
no place for a noble.
Okay, I guess maybe it'll be unlocked at the beginning of the next turn or something. We'll probably be given some kind of notification. Okay, continue to build buildings. Build all of the things. So we do need to knock out the Temple of Adaoth. We need to... basically what I need is like one big confrontation. And I'm not sure exactly how we're going to make it happen.
Call me witch.
I wonder if the smart play is to have Ostankia... The thing is, if I have Ostankia press up this way, and then the sisters come down to Hag Hall, I'm going to be really annoyed. So probably we just...
Age does not slow me.
Probably we approach from this side, but I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna try to be doing so in a way that I just want them to leave. And I'm worried if they see us massing, they're gonna not want to move. So let's try to do that. A pestilent scheme priest. See if you can do something about that. All right, a successful wound.
The forest comes for you.
Pretty much always worth a great big chunk of XP. Let's get the last point of specialist here. 3% bonus chance of success for every action and also a cost reduction. Hopefully we're doing enough. War Protect the Insane is the Doom Engineer who unfortunately has gotten away and will be dooming something. There are two kinds of actions for attacking map heroes. Pretty much everybody can wound, but certain heroes, usually combat themed heroes, have the ability to assassinate instead, where they can actually permanently kill the agent. We don't have one of those over here, so too bad. We're just going to have to watch as these agents do eventually get back up and harass our allies. I would like very much to see somebody come to Kislev's aid, but I don't know that they have a lot of friends over here. They're on good terms with the Empire, but the Empire doesn't really have, like, adjacency since Marienburg lost so much stuff before they were confederated. So I don't know that the Empire is likely to send anything. Once we deal with this, we probably do want to go and look for more sources of spiritual essence, more magic forests. Athaloran is a magic forest, of course. There's the one in the northern part, up here that we saw that is currently controlled by Norskins. That's the thing that should get fixed. There's another one. There's another one like way down here somewhere. It's like actually in the middle of the desert. But I don't remember exactly where, and it's very far away from us, is certainly the case. It's like really, really far away from us. Even if this hex does allow us to teleport armies to any to magic forests that are not in our territory, I'm assuming they have to be magic forests that you've seen at least. Okay.
We are peaceless!
Come on, claim it. Don't just sack it and run away. Damn it, you coward. We still might have the movement necessary to punish them for that. But I'm certainly less sure now. Oh no, wait, that's right. They didn't take it, so it's not, so they're in our territory, so I can prevent them from being able to move. They did see through our troops' ambushes. They tried to go into ambush mode. It did not work. Oh, right. You actually earned the thing with the quest battle. Teeming with mystical energy, the magical forests scattered across the land are a ripe source of spirit essence, promising untold power to any who might channel it. With dark magic, gateways may be opened to each forest, providing an endless fount of spiritual energy. The wood elves, however, prove a constant thorn in the side, don't they just? Seeing such things as a threat to the sanctity of their land, they defend magical forests against all intruders, barring entry to any who would seek to channel their essence. Dealing with these misguided miscreants will prove a challenge, yet with the aid of the malevolent spirits of the forest, the ancient power of these woodlands may yet be within reach. Yeah. And we're going to do it. It's right here, of course it is. But, you know, let's try to do this thing first. So, guess what?
Shadows of man, heed this my urge. Still as bone those I deem a scourge.
Within your lands, one rule holds true. Trespassers deserve no mercy. The hex of the Coven's curse mark has already found its target, sapping them of energy until every movement is a struggle. They will not run far, should you decide to hunt them down. Yes, in case I should decide to do such a thing, you know. I'm gonna have Ostankia be the lead here.
Lands protect.
Sadly, only the lord who actually initiates the battle gets the trait for defeating the enemy legendary lord.
Our time
Also, they
must
took
not
a
be
lot of damage. Huh. Weird. They took a really weird amount of damage there. Well, we'll just go ahead and crush them because they're
Kill for Kislev.
massively outnumbered. And this is a fair amount of money, I suppose.
Kislev needs bread and gold more than their deaths.
So casualty replenishment rate 20% for Ostankia specifically, not for the units. And also missile strength up is really good and would have been wasted on Sergei. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Found a scroll of blast. Hey Sergei, you could probably use that that Kossar, yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. The Scarecrow banner is pretty bad. Can we unequip that? And do we have any new followers? We could give you a valet who has a better chance for magic items to drop, but the magic items that drop from combat are generally pretty bad. The Banner of Prague's not great either, though. Yeah, we'll just fish for good items, I suppose. Also, you get to level up. Let's finish firing drills.
With this, my rule is absolute.
And also start working on the next thing. So, Pit of Shades here is a vortex spell, a huge stationary area of effect that just deals damage to everything inside of it. It's big, it's impressive, it's no Occam's Mind Razor. We're going to want both. Obviously, we're going to want all of the things, but what we want more than anything is Arcane Conduit. Let's grab the Mind Razor because we already have Penumbral Pendulum as like a sort of a big damage spell.
Caliber fools.
And then Ostankia is done with magic. Oh no, here we go. should get the last upgrade to Flock of Doom. Oh, and I don't have any points in Amber Spear yet.
The power of a witch
Almost.
is in her charms.
We almost have all of our magic. What an unusual army composition. Get some more basic combat stats for
The
you.
spirits agree.
And I think I want to finish this faction off, and then we'll go get that, because getting this is not actually gating progress toward our other stuff at all.
Send a woman to do it.
Move or
So he's headed to the temple.
Heed my hexes.
She'll stay just on this side of the line, and obviously Vol's Anvil is ours. Yeah, that's... This conflict has finished. It's not their fault. How could they have known, right? How are we doing on getting something to max level? In 5 turns, we'll have enough population surplus in Arnheim to push to max level. As you can see, that last upgrade is very expensive. And we'll be able to do so in this settlement actually in 3 turns. So that's good. We definitely want to get that going, because the last version of the Sanctum of Quintex is pretty solid. So we definitely want to keep pushing. I'm wondering about, do we want to spend all of our money every turn? Do we want to be holding some stuff over? Well, we do need to get like these kinds of units available for recruit, right? We definitely want to be able to incorporate an incarnate elemental of beasts and a little Grom into the army that we're building right now. So what else do we want? Here's a question. Do I want a Royal Barracks? Recruit rank +2 for... Okay, for the various cavalry units. Yeah, I probably do. It's probably worth it.
Speak to me. Knowledge taken for granted.
Oh, critical failure. She has wounded herself in the attempt. I was about to say, she's getting so good at hero actions that I think there's a small chance she'll succeed at this, even though she's still exhausted from the assassination she just did, the wounding. But boy, is there egg on my face. All right, so Mother Estanka ought to be able to just grab that settlement and then head to the quest battle. We don't even have to pay the teleport cost this time. I probably still will, because it's only 500 gold, and I don't want to have to walk the other direction. But we're in good shape on that. And then we just gotta, spend spirit essence on stuff whenever we can. It is unfortunately the case that it is specifically spending essence on hexes and incantations. You do not get any credit for the spirit essence that you pour into technologies, because obviously that's a place where we are doing a lot of spending. Yep, Warpatek. Oh, he didn't do an earthquake. He established a warlock laboratory. I don't even remember exactly what that does, but I do remember that it is very important. So it's probably bad for us that they're getting that done, or bad for the Ice Court specifically. Vampire faction looking very powerful, potentially a concern. So at some point here, and I don't know exactly what the trigger for this is, at some point in every Immortal Empires game, the apocalyptic event occurs. There's a whole bunch of different apocalyptic events that can happen. I've only seen a couple of them. I have no idea what triggers it, but when it does happen, it will, first of all, some bad stuff will occur immediately. And secondly, it will add another objective that we have to complete to actually win the game. So part of what we're doing here is we're just trying to get powerful in like a flexible way so that we're ready to deal with whoever shows up in the apocalypse. I'm not really that worried about that army. Let's go ahead and take
Feed
this.
the forest rain. Do not disappoint us down here, troops.
Ooh, Armor of Destiny. That's going on our Lord.
Lord of all.
I guess you don't need to be in March mode
decision
if you
is
can't
yours.
get there anyway. Like, let's
Take me
just
there.
hang out here. Do I want to put it on this Lord, or do I want to... You know, maybe we save it for the next Lord. So we're going to start another army soon. Yeah, that's fine.
Who calls?
So yeah, the Temple of Adaoth will complete our region here. Looks like the elves are fighting back a little bit against... Who are you? Valkia the Bloody, the Legion of the Gore Queen. Okay, yeah, Chaos Forces. Ooh, maybe the situation up here is a little bit more volatile than I expected. Do we want to build defenses? Do we want to maybe save a building slot for defenses? Well, I guess in any case, let's do the growth building now, because we're going to have to build this region up, obviously.
Spirits, I see.
But all that bonus growth we researched is certainly going to be helpful in doing so.
Help is always appreciated.
The only thing left for you to learn is Flock of Doom. Let's make sure we do it. I don't know if that is a high priority. I think I'm going to save money for the very expensive upgrades that are about to occur. Oh, right, I do need to repair the damage that was done to Hag Hall to get that building upgrading. This is Ariel. She's some kind of elf butterfly, or so. I don't know what her deal is. This is another one of those bits of lore that I'm just not familiar with. Would you believe? Mostly it's the elf stuff. Mostly it's the elf stuff I don't understand. So teleports the army to a magical forest. What does the upgrade do to that again? Oh, sorry, it's not this one. It's this one. Teleports any target army to the chosen magical forest. Okay, that's funny. That's a funny thing to do. That would actually give us some way to materially support Kislev. If we can just like scoop a Skaven army up and drop it outside the Witchwood and then consume it. It's also a handy way of getting access to the trinkets that we don't have. Oh, right, trinkets. I was going to do I didn't do my incantations for the turn. And now we know they're not just fun, they're like actually really valuable. I kind of wish, given that spending is sort of your primary goal, I wish that adding more trinkets to the incantations did make them more expensive. Yeah, that's bad news. Well, we're gonna get that quest battle on the coming turn here. And then maybe we can help with that. But again, I really don't want to disturb the thing we're currently researching, so I guess it'll be a few more turns. Because I do want to get that third army going. My assumption would be that the third army will end up being quite expensive to run. It's going to be more expensive than the other two because we are going to be recruiting higher tier units into it. Absolutely not. We are annihilating you. Yeah, this is bad news for the poor Bretonians. But, you know, what can you do? Aside from watch. Just sort of sit back and watch the world get burned to the ground. Hitting a little close to home, I guess. Okay, Nagarond is summoning Black Arcs. That's, you know, whatever. Capture the Temple of Adaoth. What a great idea.
Boyar of Kislev.
I wish I had thought of that.
A bold stratagem.
Once again, totally trivial battle. The AI is not doing a good job of arraying its forces in a way to keep them safe.
Stand further.
Okay, and that's the end of the Heralds of Ariel. I guess just, yeah, more attack.
Gullible fools!
All right, let's see about this battle. It is, of course, Wood Elves. We're looking pretty stacked against the force that's on the table here, but you know, you gotta expect trickery with this stuff. Birelin, the Light of the Forest. So I've done a terrible thing here and created several different versions of this. Ah, that's right, because I was substituting the leadership and speed trinkets. So while it doesn't look to me like we necessarily need a ton of help here, Zotes. Interesting. I do not know much about Zotes. They seem to be some kind of centaur, lizard centaur. I kind of want to just use these to get them off of the to get them off of the bar, to erase my shame. Are these war dancers? These are blade singers. These are war dancers. What am I talking about? Yeah, okay. Spell damage stuff on their various fancy elf units. Do we want to assign other spell damage stuff, or do we want to use maybe some Typhlosis? Yeah, let's do a little Typhlosis. Just on their, like, important units. Physical resistance minus 15%, you know. The tree men get it too. We'll rebuild the supplies. It's fine. So what do we have? We have bonus range. We have the charge bonus stuff. Ooh, the charge bonus stuff is significant. Vassaran, the Shadow of the Forest, as reinforcements. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some shenanigans with this. Okay, well, speed up, devastating flanker. Let's throw that onto a bunch of spider units. I don't know what the twist in this battle is going to be, but we are going to try our very best to be ready for it. Physical resistance and range up. Do I want to apply this to somebody who's going to get value out of the physical resistance and the weapon strength, or do I want that range? Let's go for the physical resistance and the weapon strength. You and you. Actually, maybe the bears? Yeah. The bears are going to be sort of tanking, so that makes sense. And then this is the Spectre's Miasma. Well, I guess actually they want this one then, because this one still has the physical resist. You also want this one. Units that are going to be like in melee. Oh, you can't equip a war banner and a blessing. Interesting. Well, I would rather do the blessings for sure. You know what? Astankia legitimately might make use of both. And then this can go to these can go to the hags. There we go. We're stacking the odds in our favor as much as possible here, because I don't like the look of this. It looks like a trap. There have to be more enemies than we are being told that there are. The Wood Elves have made their disapproval of Astankia's methods known. Unwilling to have her dark magic breach the sanctity of their land, they stand in staunch opposition to her ways, ready to fight to the death to keep her from channeling the spirit essence that lies within their woodland. So it is death that Astankia shall give them. The evil and malevolent spirits of the forest will heed the witch's call. With their aid, these foolish guardians must be cast aside for ever daring to bar the hag mother's path. And we think these malevolent spirits are on our side, huh? They must turn on us or something. This battle seems so easy for how late in the campaign it would be. It almost seems like the malevolent spirits army could handle Birelin by themselves. Yeah, something ain't right. Something ain't right. We'll let them lead. We'll try to just stay behind them. So They've started all of my Vanguard units way up here. I don't know if I like that. I guess I don't, I don't hate it. Let's have the ambushers on our side. You know what? I am going to start them up here, but I'm going to start them sort of off in a little group. We're going to maintain control of these units. And we're not necessarily going to put them... Oh, right. You guys don't have the thing. You're back here. Okay.
Sledding. Ice at my back.
New objective: defeat enemy forces. Like I said, we're gonna let the blue guys and the red guys fight a little bit while we sort of gather up. Oh, these things are thinking they are going to come this way, do they? Oh, I have to ensure that Vassarin survives. That was not on the objective list before. Okay, well then, I suppose this is the time to move forward. Everybody in the pool. That's a lot of spiders, y'all. Ranged units come up more or less directly. I'm gonna get have the hags all on a control group as well. Just move them as a force of terrifying magics. You should go to where the rest of the units are going to be. And you guys, like, I feel bad about the small number of traditional Kislevites troops that are in this army, because, like, it's all they can do to just keep up. At some point, I suppose we ought to make that Manticore. We're basically just like spiders through. Please ignore all the other enemies. There are archers. They are delicious. Our pal is suffering badly. Let's see if we can't do something about that. All right. A little bit of love for our friends. And Astanka needs to generally be running this way. He's actually taking a huge amount of damage. Okay, go around these enemies. Let's... If we enfeebling foe... And what is it that's causing so much damage to him? It's probably this tree man. He doesn't seem to be in direct combat with basically anything else. So let's put up a big nuke on the tree man. Let us... I don't have a buff for him, but you do. You need to get over here and give him the impenetrable pelt. Give all these spiders and shit the impenetrable pelt. Yeah, this certainly explains why the battle works this way a little bit more, because, like, this battle is really, really easy. Unless you need to keep a squishy friend alive. And the thing is, tree men are not squishy. They're actually really tough. I don't know why he's dying so fast. His stats are not working correctly. Y'all three just go after the light of the forest. Just try to spend that dude's health down. You should probably also come over here. Can you bestow this upon a friend? Oh, no, wait. Sorry. This is one that fires in an area around her. So I spent it just by pressing the button. That's fun. All right. Bears in. Just, like, break shit. A lot of these enemies are already basically done with. Go fight some Zotes. That seems worth doing. What I would like is for the gun unit to get set up kind of over here. If we can make that happen, The Watchman in the Night should probably also try to get to this general area. I'm just trying to make sure everybody has like reasonable orders, because we're actually going to ignore a lot of these units. I think we're just going to go around them. And then as I'm running through here, we can do a sort of a drive-by battle hymning for our allied spiders. Okay, we've certainly lowered the rate of damage on our friend the Tree Man. Sadly, I can't give him my potion. Put those down in a place where they'll be able to help. A nice big curse of Anra here will definitely do some work. Start casting that, and then we'll make these. As soon as that completes, there we go. Okay, big debuffs for the enemy units. Okay, yeah, reinforcements are beginning to flank us. That's sort of a little bit more like I was expecting. It's got to be more units than it looks like, right? All right, we want to just spider push the whole backside of this army. We don't need to have any of these things surviving. That said, spiders are not really the optimal tree man fighting units here. Okay, you have ridden into buffing position. Can you get, like, over here? I want to try to catch these spiders as they're charging in. I think I put a buff on some of them. Get up there, get ready to defend some flanks, maybe. Friend is certainly surviving a lot better than he was. Those guys are surrendering. Let's try to hit these ones. And we got a little bit more magic. We could do some more harm here. Oh, I've totally forgotten about the bear spirit. Let's huck a bear spirit at somebody. And then, like, is it just Flock of Doom? You get a lot of people with this Flock of Doom. There's a lot of units of, like, lots of small dudes here that will suffer very badly. Wait, that uncast the bear spirit? I thought the bear spirit had finished already. Alright, spiders in, spiders in. These guys I just, like, didn't even pull forward. Didn't think they were necessary, and I believe I've turned out to be correct about that. Alright, just trying to crash out the enemy leadership so that they surrender. Seems like mostly they're... Actually, the units around here have mostly given up. It's this stuff over here coming in from this side of the map that is problematic. Why is there a unit of spiders over here? Y'all, could you please return to the lines we're trying to set up here? I think these things are pretty well broken. Let's try to form up an area over here. We can put our ranged units on this ridge. Try to let the enemies come to us a little bit instead of fighting them where they want to fight. You can join us on the ridge. How about that? Like you're a real ranged unit. And the witches can set up over here too. All right. I do like how fast this army theoretically should be at resetting itself. But we are hung up a little bit on these enemies too. Yeah, see these Glade Riders and stuff? These are where I would have liked to have spent a bunch of curses. A bunch of incantations and whatnot, if possible. Actually, let's just get the whole witch unit. Just roll forward. We can throw up some harassment here. If we overcast a purple son of Xerius... Okay, we had to get closer. These units are inclined to just sit back and fire arrows at us, but we can make that a very uncomfortable thing for them. I'd like to wait until they stop moving again. We'll take up another, like, sort of steady position. Okay, what have we here? Bunch of eagles, and these are not even real units. I don't even need to spend stuff on these units. I'm gonna throw this back here just for our allies' use. So we have great eagles and these stag knights all up on top of our casters. I think honestly the hags can just handle this. Great eagles really are not great fighters, and those stag knights are basically dead already, but for a little bit of insurance, we can come up and do a flank real quick. They have a dragon. I would love to bring forward the incarnate to attack it, but I want to make sure that it gets down here first so that we're not just getting picked at a distance. Because it could just stay in the air and shoot dragon breath at us. Actually, we can make that less comfortable for it. See if I can get a bear spirit shot on that thing. That hand you see there is the soul drain. Oh, please land, because you think you can fight the hag mother. Okay, that's going to turn out terribly for him. How many? I don't think we're in range at all. I think they're all going to have to run. Well, start doing it. The dragon is definitely the most interesting target for the ranged units, and the rest of y'all, honestly, yeah, including you, just kind of like go get their ranged. I don't think we're faster than they are. Yeah, they have 94 speed. They're actually really good units at this roll, but we can make it so they have to be running, and they can fire while running, but they can only really fire at the thing that's chasing them. You know, they're not going to be able to harass their targets of intent. Drop. Oh, never mind. I don't need to drop the stats of these units. They've surrendered. The incarnate showed up and they were like, yeah, actually, fuck this. Never mind, this battle's a terrible idea. Okay, a decisive victory. They were not ready. They did almost kill Vassaran before I realized what was going on. But aside from that, they were not ready to deal with us. This army composition's really fun to play. I very much like the fast-moving, hard-hitting thing with the ambushers shooting out of nowhere because nobody can see them. And then Mother Astankia rolls up and just, like, unloads the various magical rocket launchers that we have prepared. It may well be the case that an army of more traditional units is better against the Lizardmen, but I will have a lot less fun piloting it. Plus, there's a lot to be said for the aesthetics of 7 units of giant spiders tackling all of the enemy's archers. So I'm very curious to see how this hex actually works. I want it to load out of the battle faster. Also, I don't know why it's telling us about Prince Sigvald. I mean, he's totally a guy. Hopefully we will never have to deal with him. We took a total of 6 losses there. It looks like it was almost entirely in this one spider unit. Our allies took more because we used them as we used them as shields. 43 spirit essence is cool. So is money.
The world's magical forests call to the daughters, revealing gateways long since hidden to the uninitiated. No matter the distance or what lies between, the Coven can traverse their secret ingresses in the blink of an eye.
All right, and casualty replenishment boost for all of our armies for a couple of turns. And in fact, that was the short victory. We have gained 3 capacity for all of our heroes. How many different types of heroes does this faction have? Is it just the 2? Oh no, right, yeah, Frost Maidens, of course, of course. Patriarchs and Hag Witches and Frost Maidens. So Frost Maidens, Frost Maidens are the ones who have Assassinate. That actually makes them maybe a thing we should have on the map at least. Yeah, maybe we should recruit 1 or 2 to use as map action heroes.
If you want something done,
We also have just a huge amount of money, just so much money all of a sudden. But also we're going to need a huge amount of money over the next couple of turns. Let's not spend right now. But let's have a look at this. So teleports the target army to a magical forest. If I wanted to,
modern Ostank.
because we did kind of finish this war, didn't we? There's a question, I suppose, as to whether or not we get involved in that war.
You have the stench of Druki on you. Why should
Gross.
I not strike you down?
So it does seem like they're in pretty poor shape. We maybe don't actually have to help here. But I could like take some of their stuff and hand it over to our friend. Hey, wait, how friends are we? We're not actually allies. Okay. Yeah, that might be the plan then, to take Venomglade and pass it over.
Just an old woman.
But I think that can be Sergei's job.
Goya.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try teleporting Mother Estankia to a different place. This army,
Gullible fools.
target army belonging to you, select a magical forest to teleport to. No, it is just any of them. Even the ones you haven't seen yet. Interesting. So Lorelorn Forest is the one that's near Kislev. Kind of. It's near the Empire. Yeah, fucking... I clicked the wrong button. Hell are we? Mother Estankia. To Lorelorn. Perform?
The call of home in Kislev's breast. Dark Alder draws them
Okay,
here.
there one moment, gone the next. A whole army has disappeared into the ether, swept up in the Jinxed Land Hex, and deposited into the dark. This is going to be a really good and fun way to spend a lot of Spirit Essence really quickly. The magical forest shall be there to greet them once their eyes have adjusted to the gloom. Hi, it's us, we're here.
By Hexes.
Oh, we appeared with full movement. It didn't cost any of our movement. Well, now isn't that interesting?
Who calls?
Did I finish? There we go. Finished my spells. At this point, I guess there's no reason to do anything other than grab, Mentor's not going to be... Okay, Mentor shares experience between all other active lords. For some reason, I was thinking it was other lords of the same type, and I was like, nobody is anything like Ostankia, so... Yeah, it might be a good idea to grab some levels of Mentor.
I suppose these would be
Speed up.
useful.
Speed up the rate at which our lesser lords... The hero version shares between heroes of the same type. Okay, interesting. We want to finish our spells. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have taken Mentor with her, because I'm thinking like... Well, whatever, it's too late now. But I'm wondering if maybe 9 points was enough to get just enough red line to matter. Oh, we should be okay. We're fine. Yeah, the missile protection is probably the next most relevant combat thing. and then like surprise we're at war. The scalings are at war with the Empire, right? Yeah.
Hounds, haven't he?
All right. Well, great news, men of the Empire. I have such a proposition for you. You're never gonna believe it. I'll deal with these guys, and you give me a trade agreement. Works for me.
Of course.
Pleasure doing business with you there, pal. Let's claim ourselves a forest.
It is so.
They were not prepared.
Teach them blood and futility. Where I go, it
Okay,
is
province
Kislev.
secured. Welcome to Kislev. Oh, right, we hadn't actually fought Norskins yet.
For me,
That's fun.
Which?
Growth building for sure. This money-making building, I think, is actually fine. Let's just keep that. And the fun thing is we don't super have to defend these because we can let them fall and then just come back and grab them. So, yeah, that's... What an interesting playstyle. Teleporting around the world is a really good way to unlock your future hexes. So, like, you really want to be doing this a bunch. And it takes just long enough to unlock them that you have time to build up a solid start somewhere. And then, yeah, this is really cool. All right, Sergey is also getting stuff. So in order to move up into the second tier here, we have to spend 6 groups in the first group, the 6 points in the first group, then take rally, then we can move on. So what do we want after this? We don't have a lot of these kinds of units in our army, but we are hoping to get more Ice Guard. Creatures of the Land does buff like the big bear, and yeah, let's put points into Creatures of the Land. So melee attack and weapon strength up for a lot of fun types of units. We're going to probably rebuild his army a little bit once we have, all of our access buildings in place.
No higher authority.
Do we need another growth building? I don't know. The growth buildings also give control. Like, they're not terrible to have.
A bold stratagem.
We're going to hold off on other big changes. Well, Elysia needs to get upgraded, though. Okay, we'll spend on Elysia. That is actually important. Here, I don't know. Control first. Then we'll worry about other stuff. I'm actually going to delete this, and we're going to replace it with a defensive structure, probably. So Felman Ingerson is here. He's taken a bunch of land.
A step too far.
A bunch of land that I don't particularly have any interest in, but if we take it and then we trade it back to the Empire, they'll be pretty happy about that, I have to imagine. I would like to believe that we can just take money here. We can probably just go to money mode here as well. What are we getting from control being this high? A little bit of bonus growth. Yeah, we can go into Awaken the Land.
We demand due respect.
You should probably stay in purge mode. Same here. Yep, this needs to get upgraded, but we don't really have the... what the hell, get started. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to be doing some meaningful combat. Sorry, not here. Over here. We're going to be doing some meaningful combat. We'll get paid. Also, we are making so much magic per turn now. So we now have everything except red stuff. Got ourselves some Marauder Skulls, which is... Oh, right. Yeah, the positive version of this goes with the negative version of this. Yeah, that's interesting for sure. So we can create the Harrowing Coil with this. So for 60 seconds, the forest coils prepare. And then during phase 2, which is 80 seconds long, they really nuke the shit out of the enemy's leadership and speed. Huh. Is that good? Is that even good? I don't know. I do want to rebuild the Typhlosis stuff. I think I would rather use the Urson Totem.
Precious this was. Lost it is.
And then what do we want to augment it with? So this is something you particularly want to be using on... Well, I mean, it's just kind of like, it goes on their best units, right? It goes on their biggest things. So I think the physical resistance reduction
Star iron
makes sense.
to hold it all.
And then what else will we be manufacturing for a while? Well, Ember Dread. So if you make Ember Dread and you augment it with... Oh, but it's a positive thing. It's enabling flaming attacks. So you don't do this on there. You have to afflict the enemy with a different thing that has that. But yeah, we probably do want to build something. Oh, you know what? More Unburdened Step. Unburdened Step is really good. So speed up plus Vanguard deployment is kind of fun. Then we only have the one green. So it's for flanking units. What do we want to give to flanking units? Bonus charge? Bonus charge is not bad, certainly. Yeah, let's do that.
Top ingredient.
And then we do have 3 more things, but they're not the right 3. So all we could do is create bad versions of the Agony Succession thing that would clog up the bar. Yeah, it's fine. We'll get more stuff worked out. I sure hope Felman Ingerson is the only army that faction has in this area. I might have just gotten myself into trouble if they have a second stack around, just like slightly in the dark from where we are. Oh, it looks like the elves are finally planning to finish off the Dread Fleet. Good for them. Like to see some actual task sticking here, because the AI is usually really bad at this stuff. I know they have been making alterations to the AI. That was definitely something that was in that big 4.0 changes blog post. So maybe we're going to see the AI doing a better job at like coming up with a plan and actually executing it. So there were more magic forests on that list than I am familiar with. We're kind of busy right now. We have enough plans to consider right now, but I might want to figure out where the rest of those are. I guess we could just go down the list and click the magnifying glass, right? Okay, Wolfric the Wanderer. What is your deal? You've declared war on me. That's okay. Feel free. What? Kislev broke our alliance rather than take my side in the fucking... Oh my god. Now we're going to have to get them to re-ally with us. Bunch of babies. Because, like, if I'm not allied with them, I don't have access to those buildings, right? Is it just you have to have become allied with them once, or do we lose access? It looks like maybe we're okay. Yeah, I'm allowed to... Okay. I guess we unlocked them by hitting the alliance. Well, good, because that would be really frustrating if it works the other way. Okay, so first things first, absolutely must commit the money on this. That is critically important. We don't want to do very much else right now, because we're saving up for committing the money on Arnheim in 3 turns. Yeah. Okay, Sergei, you are
There will be no slew.
rushing forward toward the Venom Glade.
Extend my authority.
Well, there's Stonkia not quite in position to jump Felman Ingerson just yet, but what she can do is wander into the forest. Hold on a second. Am I taking damage because of corruption? Really? No. This is not how we do things here.
Salyam, mother, wit. Spirits, I see.
Okay, we gotta leave 25% movement at least.
Those left behind are their land's sacrifices.
All right, just dig ourselves into the forest and disappear. And Felman Ingerson can Felman Ingerson can get surprised in a second here. Wow, yeah, they've pushed really far south.
Yes,
I guess the Empire must have overextended eastward, and then the
very long.
what's it called? What are these ones called? Scalings. The scalings just sort of stabbed right through the middle of their undefended territory. That's rough. We're saving, we're being responsible, but we are still building incantations. You can never have enough incantations.
A rarity indeed. This one's joy.
Yeah, if we could find one more good thing, we might be able to get a third pretty good incantation going per turn. That would be really handy. I don't know what's going to go on with Valkia the Bloody. I really don't. Are you at war with Valkia? No. Is it just... Are those elves? She must be down there fighting something, so those elves must be.
My only
Yes,
concern
they are
is
worth
spilling the
Valkia.
blood of traitors. And you are...
Okay. Well, easy enough to solve. We'll get there.
Bring me glass.
And we will continue to just, like, shout our hexes from the rooftop wherever we can. We should be able to actually earn, like, I was a little intimidated by the 1200, but I can definitely see how you would actually both earn and spend 1200 spirit essence now. Especially because I'm assuming that the upgraded version, the version that we are going to research as soon as we finish this other tech, probably has a higher cost. The version where you yoink enemy armies out of position and devour them. I wonder, does it put them... It probably puts them close enough to the forest that you get the forest's garrison if you attack them, right? Let's hope so. And if you pull an army into your territory, then you're setting them up for the Coven's curse mark as well. So that's a good 1-2 sort of punch way of spending just a huge amount of that resource. What's up, Gil? Fucking, after all this time, you know what? Yes. Yes, it is acceptable for me to declare war on them. I should have asked him for more money, but he would have given us, you know, like 10% more or something. It's not a big deal. Ingerson, what the fuck are you doing? Just running back and forth between those two settlements? Alright, Hexwaddle continues to awaken Slan Mage Priests basically as fast as they possibly can. Okay, some Skavens somewhere are dead now. We do not know who they are.
I am Kislev.
Oh,
The right to rule.
Venomglade was... Okay, seems like they got it under control then. In that case, I just run south? Yeah, I could send you north, and you could, like... We could try to make sure this faction's actually gone. Handing over a settlement is worth so much
Of the mother.
diplomatic currency.
Roll out.
I really do want to try to do it. Because I'd love to get the... I'd love to get the alliance with them, you know? We do not have the Khemri trinket yet. Okay, let us feast on Felman Ingerson. The fool. He is out of position, and he is not getting his garrison.
Kislev's foes die.
I have bad news. Lightning strike victory. Yeah. You know, honestly, the garrison of this settlement isn't even good. But still, we should take the lightning strike. It's very free to get it. So our man is on the back of a mammoth. I have honestly, like, I'm sure you can tell what would happen with our buddy the Incarnate and our armor-piercing archers. That mammoth is not going to survive long into combat. And the rest of this stuff is all stuff we've basically dealt with before. You know, I mean, not like literally kinds of units we've dealt with before. These are werewolves. Obviously, we've not dealt with a lot of werewolves in the past. I think I'm going to take the replenishment. Was her talisman slot just empty? I guess she hasn't really needed a talisman. It's fine.
You will, sir. Whether you like
We did kill Vigo. You know, the big Vigo, they call him. And let's claim Middenheim while we're here.
Still, their few.
Yoink.
Do not disappoint us, donkey.
We are
Troops.
definitely... This is a loot and occupy because we intend to abandon it to the Empire anyway.
No longer shall keithless
Like we may as well get our pay.
reaches.
And then we'll heal up this much, a very impressive amount, and we'll just take Crudenwald next turn. This is a Slaneshi Chaos Army. Yeah, that's a problem. But I guess if we break Hordred Blood Eater, we might be able to push up here and grab Erengrad for ourselves. That would be pretty rad. How's the corruption here? Oh, it's not corrupted at all, in fact. Okay, I'm a little surprised by that since it's been held by a Chaos faction. Yeah, weird. Yeah, the Norskins don't actually generate corruption themselves. They just sort of like ride off of other people's corruption. They are the lackeys of the Chaos forces. So we're level 43 right now. We have 2 skill points. That's so the maximum level is 50. We're gonna get 7 more skill points, right? So 1 to open up this line, 6 to go in this box is 7, 8 opens up rally. Then we can put stuff in this box. So yeah, I think we're 1 skill point short of being able to get stand your ground. So rally as a buff is pretty all right. It is a big boost to leadership in case your army's wavering. Stand your ground is a lot better because it adds 24 melee defense to the buff. It's a big deal. But I think this is maybe still the best thing we can do with our points. I do think Mentor was probably a bad spend. So even though we can't buff up our spiders, we can buff our bears and stuff. You know what? Normal bears are not on this skill. Are the normal bears? No, the normal bears are not anywhere. Okay, well that makes this a little more awkward. But we'll start with the firing drills in any case.
Help is always appreciated.
You, on the other hand, don't really have a ton of meaningful stuff to take anymore. You might take Mentor, actually. Probably. And Protective Charms is kind of whatever. Spread control in the regions you're in. You know, when we get a minute, she didn't really have anything meaningful to take either. All right, well let's max out spread control on both of them. You have lots of stuff to take. There are many meaningful skill points yet left for you. I guess armor. It really is, like, it's 3 points for not very much armor. It's kind of a disappointment. At some point in the near future, when we have a moment and she's near the right structures, I think we probably should drop these 2 regiments of renown from the army. Replace this one with just normal Akina ambushers and this one with things in the woods or something. Because, you know, they're just not doing the thing that we need. They're very, very rarely contributing to combat. Were I to...
Or fight.
Yeah, if we're not in a place that actually has the building, that's a 2-turn recruit. But we could do that. We could just stand still for 2 turns and grab things in the woods, and or even we could get a cannon. We have cannons now. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't the moment we want to do it though. Who has unassigned skill points? Sergey has points. Sergey, finish off creatures of the land.
A symbol of my unparalleled authority.
Where did you get a skill point? Feels like he must have cheated. All right, we're waiting on Arnheim before we spend. Well, you know, we can afford to upgrade this because obviously I want to get those recruitment structures sorted as quickly as possible. And actually, we do have the money to improve some stuff. Like, what's important?
We are the world's shield.
I don't know that much of anything's important right now, actually. getting the base structures up, the base money making structures up here. And after Sergey finishes with this, we are headed south.
No
with him.
place for an ogre.
I'm gonna skip those. Am I gonna bother repairing this? I guess it's basically free to do it. We might be sitting in control of this for like a few minutes. But also I don't care. Yeah, it's whatever. Alright. Let's do some more of this stuff.
A pinch of this.
I will say it would be nice if you could oh shoot. I used the wrong trinket. Darn it. It would be nice if you could come in here and click do the same thing I did last time, you know? No, I'm spacing. What was I putting on these? Not weakness to fire damage, certainly. Well, doesn't really matter. Oh, this is what I was putting. Okay, we're getting everything all backwards. You know what? I'm just gonna build those correctly next turn. I know we're at the hour here, but I want to get the upgrade to tier 5 entered into Arnheim, so that I don't forget and like spend all the money. So let me complete that thought, so to speak. And are you guys kidding? Alistair, you're in the middle of something, dude. Hate that. Hate that behavior from the AI. Okay, Alariel's coming up here to fight demons, hopefully. That would be useful, and it would mean I don't need to commit any more resources up here than I already sort of have. So Alithanar is the legendary lord of that elf faction. Okay, I guess Alistair was leaving because it was under control already. I will allow that. I can't help but notice there aren't a lot of like exiles of Nahek up here. Okay, here's Katep. He's coming. One army on defense always makes me a little bit nervous. Okay, maybe they don't need help with Crudenwald. Never mind, they're just going to leave it. You guys. Now, they are at war with Hordred Bloodeater. So, I wonder if I should jump in on that. If maybe that would be this would be the moment to negotiate the alliance. Well, he seems to have retreated, actually. Maybe that won't even be available to me. The Bretonians are putting some pressure on Chaos. This is good. It's good to see it's good to see our allies doing well, and it's good to see the kinds of forces that are going to be problems for us later in the game getting destroyed. Seems like we are on the right team here.
Say hag at you.
Okay, so I can't even get that. Well, then I'm just going to go grab Crudenwald, I guess.
Bring death.
I will consider attacking him next turn.
Kill for Kislev.
Kill for Kislev indeed. Well, there's not even a point in loot and occupy here. All right, Mother Estankia has become a seasoned campaigner by fighting many battles far away from the capital. This trait is amazing. Plus 10% movement range and never gets tired ever. Definitely one of the better traits in the game. We are for sure going to learn the Jinxed Portal. That feels like cheating.
The land, the tales, the cities.
Sadly, these enemies are not inside my territory, so I can't just throw a curse mark at them. Alithanar is outside of my normal mode movement range, so I think I'm just going to run up here
Move or die.
to keep the forest between us as I approach the Circle of Destruction, which is a very metal name and also a very metal circle.
I make the law.
Oh, right. Mother Stunkia is still leveling up off of fighting random terrible
Here
units.
goes the trinkets.
Gotta remember that that's going to happen.
Hag witch.
Oh, Natalia's respawned. Boy, Natalia, what are you gonna do? You can't quite interact with this guy, but sort of get in his path. Get ready to interact. Alright, we might have to turn Mother Astankia around here, actually, because I do think this guy is planning to attack Lorelorn. That's cute. we can probably deal with that. Alright, next turn, let's just not spend money here. And let's do this thing correctly. So, Typhlosis with the physical resistance thing.
Magic has
And then also Unburdened Step with, like, charge bonus is fine.
our foes lost.
Did I used the wrong yellow for the wrong thing? I sure did. Shoot. Yeah, it's a real bummer that I have to manually set the correct trinket, like that it assumes the wrong one. It would be helpful if we could set stuff. If we could tell it to expect certain kinds of behaviors. So if you make the other trinket first, it'll expend the bark. Yeah, I mean, this is all just like dribs and drabs as far as our spirit essence spend goes. So I'm not too broken up about not hitting optimal spending every single turn. Yeah, wow, Alariel has a lot of forces devoted to this. It's a shame they're not coordinated at all, like they're moving in unison. This would be a really good time to do that. So we're going to have our Boyar attack the Circle of Destruction, hand it over, turn around immediately, head back down to Hexawatl, and once we've got the big expensive upgrades keyed in, we'll start spending money on putting together a third army, which will have access to all kinds of fancy units because of the buildings that we've built now. So the shape of our campaign is going to change pretty significantly, with Mother Astankia just kind of like teleporting around the world and getting into fights, and us waging this campaign against the Lizardmen, and hopefully, you know, receiving a little bit of assistance from our allies, especially since we've helped them clean up the one big war that they're in. Because they do have territory all the way down to the Hexawatl border. Like, there's no reason they couldn't assist us. I think that guy crossed the border. He's in my territory, and he is going to pay the price. Okay, an elderly farmer begs for an audience. He claims to have found a great crack in the frozen earth from... Yeah, okay, the blessed voice of the motherland. Recruit rank up for stuff or cooldown down. Yeah, recruit rank up for stuff. This is actually a really good time for that. We have empowered Jinxed land. Let me pop over here and run these things in the order of my choosing. First things first, empowered Coven's curse mark. What do you think you're doing?
Shadows of men, heed this my
Okay.
Denied.
So, man cannot move for 5 turns. We could deal with him. However, we could also run over here and, I don't know, the Empire's probably got this under control. Yeah, I think we'll come home and we'll deal with him.
Move as the wind does. Kislev needs us. Why tarry?
I think we can probably just go ahead and make the trade now. Let's call up the Empire on the phone here. What if I gave you Krudenwald and Middenheim? Oh, I can't give you both. Well, you'll like Middenheim more, I assume. Yeah, and I get a defensive alliance and also a bunch of your money. How does that sound? Wow, that is a lot of your money.
Affirmative.
That's really good. Thank you. I have another trade to offer you. I don't want this one either. Do we want a proper military alliance? I don't think so. Probably not. I'll take money though. Yeah.
So be it.
Rad. Welcome aboard, Carl Franz. Welcome to the winning team. New trinket unlocked. I hope everything goes all right with your war or whatever. Is this some particularly notable rocks? The Grimmenhagen Ravine. There are so many of these little like lore sites that are probably like pretty meaningful that I have no context for. The infamous walled town of Grimmenhagen has been torn down by the Beastmen many times, only to be rebuilt by the stoic Middenlanders. The ravine it sits above is not only a key strategic route into Middenland, but is thought to be a prominent beast path. Hence, so many warherds finding themselves at Grimmenhagen's walls. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay, so obviously we're gonna do terrible things to you. You're gonna be tired when the battle starts, or am I gonna remove a skin wolf? Let's see if we can make your army tired. Okay, it looks like probably. She does not have the assassinated action, so this is not a great thug. That's not a great follower for her. I trust that Mother Astankia is going to be able to deal with the skin wolves, probably.
Dead. Coward.
And now, do we want to unlock the other secondary trinket slot? Or like, I was definitely also thinking about pirates' weapons, right? Range up, reload time reduction. This is so good. That's kind of bananas how good that is. But also, what if we were making just like the best? Yeah, you know what? It's just one turn.
We will bring new troubles into the world.
Okay, so that's done. We are causing trouble on purpose, which is a great deal of fun to do. Let's make sure that we fire this. So now we don't need to be sitting on a huge amount of money anymore. Although the upgrades that follow are also expensive. They're following by, a lot of turns. So.
Highborn son.
You have the stench of Druki.
Sorry, not this. I meant to contact my allies over here in the Tomb Kings. Hey, buddy, if I joined your war against Negareth, that would not be enough to get a defensive alliance. How much would I have to pay? Ooh, yeah, never mind. Here's what we'll do instead. I'm going to do this. You're going to pay me for this. Then I'm going to kill these dudes and hand their settlement to you, and you're going to give me a defensive alliance in exchange for that.
No higher authority.
This doesn't even seem like a very good settlement. It's in a really awkward spot. These are kind of the most basic elven troops.
We are Kislev.
We are indeed Kislev. Yeah, I'll loot and occupy. Again, I'm not keeping this. Am I allowed to offer it to him while... Okay, it does border his territory. Well, am I allowed to offer it to him while I'm in it, or do I have to... Is that a next turn concern? All right, let's pick up Rally, working toward our other stuff.
For a lord.
And you should continue learning magics. Oh yeah, Earthing. Earthing's pretty important. So next turn, she can get her Arcane Conduit. It's a big deal. There we go. Wow. Wow, he loves that idea. Defensive alliance on all of your dollars, please.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So does that just set my army like on the ground next to it? Or yeah, good enough.
Kislev's chosen.
And it's allied territory, so we're still getting replenishment. So where does this go? The boiling sea.
Is assured.
Oh. That's actually where we want to be. Okay, well, never mind. I'm not going to have him run. I'm going to have him use the sea route. I didn't even realize that was there. Okay, so with 45,000, just a casual 45,000 gold in our account here, I suppose we will buy some other upgrades. Is everything in Arnheim? Yeah, it's as high tier as it's getting until the expansion. This stuff can be pushed up.
Why are we so mistreated?
Let's take a moment here and just buy all the upgrades to which we are entitled. White Peak can certainly also build a market. I do not think it is in any danger at all. What are we doing in Hag Hall? I don't even know. Let's definitely build that and this, and I guess also that you get money. So what we're doing is building sources of dollars and control and growth. Have an outpost available with you. That's fantastic. So yeah, Kemrian War Sphinxes. That's fun. Great Bow Ushabti, giant like onyx statues, 40 feet tall with appropriately sized great bows. And it seems like everywhere gives us everything. Share an enemy with this faction that is fairly close. The closer the settlement is to a shared enemy, the cheaper recruitment will be. Well, I mean, this is going to be like... So what about something like Tyrant Peak? Is Tyrant Peak on here? Yeah, I think this is close enough to the enemy that we're going to be sharing to be worth the extra recruitment bonus, but far enough away that the... I doubt the lizard men are going to suddenly surge up and take it. Right? They have to get through all this stuff first. Okay. We just had 40,000 gold worth of construction projects laying around, apparently. Let's go ahead and run the enemy turns sequence one more time. Do you only have one settlement left? You do, and it's under active siege. Well, sorry, Alithanar. I feel like you are probably out of the game there, pal. Okay, a lot of things are going well for us. I think our plans are coming to fruition. Once Mother Astankia deals with this Norska problem over here, I don't really know what I'm going to have her do. It feels like we have a lot of interesting options, right? We could continue north and try to cut off some of the chaos problems at their start. You want me to join war against all of your enemies for a mere 1,100 gold? No. I'm very busy. Haven't you heard there are perfectly innocent lizard men that I need to go kill because I need their horns or whatever? And their gold, if we're being honest. Their horns and their gold. Yeah, it's really cool that there happened to be a whirlpool up here for us to jump into. That's very convenient. And it'll only take us a couple of turns to navigate that. It's definitely going to be a lot faster than running southward would have been. Why do you have an agent all the way up there in the heart of Dark Elf territory? I hope our Khemri ally is not thinking about declaring war on the massive Dark Elf faction. Please tell me you are smarter than that. I really, really, really don't want those Dark Elves to come down and take all of his stuff and then be my neighbor. Okay, looks like the Empire is making good forward progress here. They killed the Chaos Army. They're sieging the city. I have to say, it does feel like the AI is broadly a lot more competent than they used to be. Last time, when I say used to be, I mean last time I played the game. This is not some distant past concern. Legion of the Gore Queen is hopefully going to get driven back by Alariel. I mean, she's making a beachhead already. Maybe not the most pleasant beachhead. Even among beachheads, which are not known to be like super fun and relaxing places to be. All right, Wulfric has learned the error of his ways. But a lot of his underlings have not. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of murdering to do when we come back. It looks like that army is much reduced in size. They must have actually attacked the Elven settlement and found themselves not up to the task. Okay, the Exiles of Nahek have begun construction. Of course they have. We have this stuff, plagues and whatever. One thing that is, I guess, a downside and maybe a good reason I could have waited a turn before doing this is now I can't use the port anymore because it's not my city. So we have to take the very expensive trip into the water.
Acceptable.
I'm just putting him in the water now. We're not going to do anything else. I'm putting him in the water so that I will remember what my plan was.
I own a fleet.
Okay. You know, I probably could just like have a bunch of post-its next to my monitor, and when stuff like this comes up, just write down what my plan was. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, next week, I think this is Friday's episode, probably. We are going to be, very much turning into it's going to be turning into a very new feeling sort of campaign. We have concerns sort of all over the world. We're going to be fighting lizard men. It's going to be great. And we'll see you then.